Hi friends, this is Rika. Welcome to this class. I'm really excited that you all made it here to practice with me this powerful vinyasa to yin class. It's going to be very playful. It's going to go upside down quite a lot. This is a more challenging class today and we will do some playful transitions. We will practice Sirsasana B, which is the second variation of the supported headstand. We will also go into kakasana or kakasana. You can choose the crow or crane pose. And then we will also do some fun other inversions and end in a nice and slow yin class. So it will stretch all the body parts we just used. I dare you to skip it. Not to skip it, don't skip it. Yeah. As you can see, we will need quite a lot of things. We will need a strap, 2 blocks, a bolster, and if you have a sensitive head, take a blanket close by as well. It's also nice to have it in Shavasana later. We will start this class in Sukhasana or Padmasana. You can choose, so either easy pose or you come into a lotus seat. Wherever you are, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Roll your shoulders one time. And then take a deep inhale and exhale through your nose. Arrive in your body, on your mat. Let go of any outside thoughts. And if you want, take your hands into lotus hands by bringing the lower part of your palms together, your pinky fingers and your thumbs together while your rest of your fingers are spreading wide, creating a lotus flower in front of your heart. The lotus signifies enlightenment, the long journey up from the mud of our subconscious origins into the clear skies of superconsciousness. The crown chakra is the highest center of spiritual awareness within our bodies, and it is often referred to as the 1,000-petaled lotus. So I invite you for the next few minutes, stay here in the seated lotus flower and feel the energy from the pelvic floor, your root, all the way to your crown, the lotus on top of your head. Take one more deep inhale and exhale here. And then release your hands to your sides. You can start to open your eyes or keep them closed. And then exchange your legs or release your legs for just a moment. And if you had the lotus seat, then take the leg that was before underneath. Take it now on top. And then start to move your body towards the right, your upper body. Circle to the front with your chest. And then go all the way to the left and through the back to the right. Do these torso circles a few times in one direction. Try to really use your hip to move your upper body, so your chest only follows, it's not guiding these circles, it's following up. And then change the direction. Going through the front to the right and through the back to the left. And then find back stillness into center. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling with your inhale. And with your exhale, bring your arms both towards the right side. Keep them reaching to the side. So you're really bending the side body, but also have some strength there. You can look towards your fingertips. And with your inhale, come back to center. And with your exhale, move towards the left side. Keep reaching. And then inhale, come back to center. And with your exhale, fold over towards the front. Again, keep reaching as long as you can. And then slowly come all the way into a fold. Maybe your forehead can ground into the mat. And with your inhale, walk your hands back towards your legs. Come into an upright position and then release your legs from your lotus seat if you had them there and come into your first tabletop position. Bring your knees underneath your hips and come all the way onto your forearms so your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Keep your forearms parallel here. Really strong core, maybe slightly tuck your pelvis inward. And then inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, straight towards the back. With your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, round your back. Maybe your nose and your knee can touch, engage your core. Inhale, come back up, reach towards the back. Look in between your thumbs. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to nose, engage your core. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up. One more exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, come back up. Stay here, bend your knee. And then lift your left arm up towards your foot and grab the outside of your right foot. Maybe gently press into your hand, lifting up your chest to the front. Look towards the front. Exhale, slowly release your arm, release your leg towards the mat, again underneath your hip. We do the same on the other side. So if you inhale, lift your left leg up towards the back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, engage your core. Inhale up, keep your core strong. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, come back up. Stay here. Bend your back knee. And then grab with your right hand the outside of your left foot. Just gently press into your hand and look towards the front, lifting your chest up. Inhale, slowly release. Exhale to the mat. Come into a child's pose, sit back down onto your heels. Ground your forehead for just one breath. With your next inhale, come back onto your forearms. This time, tuck your toes under and lift yourself all the way up into a dolphin pose. Maybe you need to walk your dolphin like you would do in downward facing dog, bending one knee at a time. Keep lifting through your hips. Find big stillness. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dolphin. Point your foot and then lower your leg down towards the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. One more on each side. And then with your next exhale, lift your elbows up, bend your right knee towards your right elbow, and step to the outside of your right hand into lizard pose, Uttanapishtasana. You can stay here, go front and back a little bit, really try to spread your fingers wide. This could be used as a slight little wrist warm up. So try to feel the weight distributed differently in your wrists. You can stay here or come all the way onto your forearms, lower down. You can also use some blocks here if you want. And with your inhale, come back up. And then rotate open towards the left into Skandasana. So your right foot comes into 45 degrees, your left foot comes up. Hands to heart center. Take a breath here. With your inhale, go as low as you can all the way towards the back of the mat. Into Skandasana, side lunge on this side. One breath here. And with your inhale, extend both legs, bring both feet parallel to each other. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Really fold over your thighs. Use your hips instead of your lower back. So maybe you want to massage your lower back a little bit downward. This also always helps to feel into your body a little bit, fold a little bit more. And then maybe grab your ankles, gently pull yourself closer. With your next inhale, rotate your front foot into 90 degrees again, so towards the front of the mat. Your back foot comes a little bit closer. And then place your right hand onto the inside of your right foot. Your left arm comes up. Trikonasana. You can also use a block here, or you can place your right hand onto your shin to support you a little bit. But I invite you to really use your core strength here. Keep the energy inside by closing your hands. And then with your next inhale, bend your front knee, place your right hand towards the front of the mat, and then lift your left leg up towards the ceiling, parallel to the mat. You can leave your arm extended or you place it onto your hip into half moon. You can look down towards the floor or slowly look towards the side if that's something that you want to challenge. With your next inhale, lower over your front thigh, lift your left leg even higher into a standing split here. Point your foot. Breathe here. And with your next exhale, lower your back foot all the way back down into high lunge. Lower your knee, untuck your toes. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Reach your arms up. Breathe here, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift a little higher. And with your exhale, extend your front leg. And then fold over your front thigh. Maybe bring your hands towards the front. Adha Hanumanasana, half split. Slow and steady breath here. Now with your inhale, come back towards the front. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes under, lift your knee, and then step back all the way into Phalakasana, high plank. We do one chaturanga here. So shift over your wrists with your shoulders, lower into 90 degrees, and then lift back up. Lower your knees down and come all the way into child's pose. Sit back down onto your heels. Keep your arms engaged by coming onto your fingertips. And with your next inhale, lower your elbows back down. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Dolphin pose, Adha Pincha Mayurasana on this side. With your inhale, lift your left leg up, point your foot, and then start again with the lowering. So exhale, lower to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. One more on each side. And then come all the way up. Lift your elbows off the mat. Bring your left knee to the outside of your left elbow and step your foot onto the outside of your left hand. Again, stay here. Do some twists, some shifts, front and back, whatever you feel like in your hips and for your wrists. And then find stillness and maybe lower down onto your forearms. Keep your back leg strong. You can also lower your knee down if you want. And then with your next inhale, come back onto your hands and shift open towards the right into Skandasana on this side. Hands to heart center, one breath here. And with your inhale, through the center all the way to the other side. Try to stay as low as you can. Take one breath here. And with your inhale, straighten both legs. Bring both feet parallel to each other. Wide-legged forward fold. Really release. Maybe take your big toes this time and gently pull yourself closer towards your thighs. With your next inhale, rotate your front foot towards the front. Your back foot comes a little bit closer to the center of the mat. Place your left hand onto the inside of your left foot and reach your right arm up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe here, maybe look towards your right fingertips or to the side. Whatever is available for your neck here. And then with your next inhale, bend your front knee. Place your right hand onto your hip and then lift your right leg up parallel to the mat. Flex your right foot. Look down, or maybe you can look towards the side if this is available for you. Keep your chest lifting to the side. And then with your next inhale, lower all the way over your front thigh. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and lift your right leg even higher into a standing split. Breathe here. And with your next exhale, lower your right knee all the way towards the back of the mat. Lower your knee down and tuck your toes. Lift up, Anjanasana, low lunge. Keep lifting with your chest so you're not falling into the front leg here. Inhale, get a little higher. And then exhale, lower over your front thigh, so extend your front leg. And come into Adha Hanumanasana, half split. Maybe walk your fingertips towards the front of the mat. Flex your front foot. And with your next inhale, come back towards the front. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee up, and then step back into Rikasyoga, high plank. Maybe you need to adjust your hands a little bit. And then lower down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Shift front, lower into 90 degrees. Lift back up. One more. Lower down. Lift back up. One more. Lower down. Lift back up. Lower your knees. And come all the way seated onto your heels. Keep your arms engaged again. Come onto your fingertips. Release your breath. You do this again, adding a little bit onto it. So we're going to get into some more challenging arm balances and inversions. Lower your elbows down so that your forearms are on the mat. Tuck your toes under and lift up into your Adha Pincha Mayurasana, dolphin pose. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, point your foot. Exhale, lift your elbows, bring your right knee to your right elbow, step to the outside of your right hand. One breath here. And with your next inhale, rotate open into Skandasana, hands to heart center. Maybe you can lift up a little bit, have a really strong back here. Inhale, come all the way to the other side. Same on this side. And then inhale, come into your forward fold, feet parallel to each other. Now we are going to use the blocks to come into Bakasana or Kakasana, crow pose or crane pose. If you need the blocks, if not, you can also do it without. Either you do 2 blocks on top of each other or 2 blocks next to each other, whatever you like to try today. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. So if you would come into half lift, place your hands underneath your shoulders, and then pivot your feet a little bit closer together so that they're slightly a little bit wider than hip distance here. Then start to bend your elbows like you would in chaturanga. Lift your heels up, bend your knees, and then maybe step onto your blocks if you have them. Place your knees onto the outside of your upper arms and start to lift one foot at a time. Try to keep your elbows really sticking inward. Engage your core and hold wherever you are. Maybe you're on the blocks, maybe you are lifting up. Wherever that is, try to keep coming into the most challenging part for you, and then release. Step back apart again. Release your hands, maybe take them onto the opposing elbows. Shift from side to side a little bit, and then remove the blocks. Take them wherever you need them and exchange it with the blanket. So this time take the blanket right in front of you. Again, come into the wide-legged forward fold, and then place your hands into one line with your toes. Your elbows are again sticking inward. Your hands are shoulder width apart, and then lower your head onto the blanket in front of you. Now you can start to lift your heels up. And if you know how to come into Sirsasana completely, then you can also come through bent knees, or you come pressing up with your legs through the sides. Wherever you are, stay there for 3. If you're on Sirsasana B, then really try to engage your legs, your glutes. And with your exhale, slowly back out. Take a few breaths here. And then release your blanket if you had that. And rotate your right foot towards the front of the mat. Again, step a little bit closer. Hand to inside of your right foot, left arm up. Trikonasana. 2 more breaths here. And then with your next inhale, look to the mat in front of you, bend your right knee, place your right hand to the front. You can also always use a block here. And then lift your back leg up, flex your back foot, keep your arm up or take it onto your hip. And then open up your chest to the side. Keep looking down or to the side, whatever is available for you right now. And then slowly release into a standing split. Point your back foot, lift your leg up as high as you can. Now with your next exhale, lower your foot back towards the back of the mat, lower your knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Again, lift through the center of your body. Don't fall into your front leg here. And then with your exhale, straighten your front leg, flex your foot and fold over. With your inhale, bend into your front knee again, place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes under, step into Valakasana, high plank. Do 1 Chaturanga Dandasana and come back up, release your knees back down and sit back into your child's pose, Balasana.
3 more balancing breaths here, slow and steady. And then we move into the other side. So bring your elbows again onto the mat. Tuck your back toes under and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your left leg up, point your foot, and then lift your elbows and bring your left knee to your left elbow, step to the outside of your left hand. Stay here. And then open up all the way into Skandasana side lunge. Lift your chest up, strong, straight back. Inhale through center to the other side. Same here. And then inhale, straighten both legs, come into a wide-legged forward fold. You know what's coming. This time we do it the other way around. First, we go into Sirsasana B, so the supported headstand variation 2. And then maybe we try from there to bring our knees onto our upper arms and maybe lift up into crow pose from there. So you can already put your blocks behind and then take your blanket in front of you. Place your hands onto the mat, shoulder width apart, right in the height of your toes. And then bring your elbows inward and lower your head on to the blanket. From here, really try to reach the crown of your head. And then start to either lift through the sides all the way up, or again come onto your upper arms first. And then engage your core, engage your legs for 2, 1. Keep your elbows in. And then start to lower one leg at a time, maybe both. And then start to lift up, maybe take a break on your blocks, and then start to lift up into crow pose. Again, looking towards the front. Engage your core. And then slowly lower back down. Take your legs back into a wide-legged forward fold. Release your blocks to your sides. Release the blanket. And then let your neck hang. Take a few breaths here. And with your next inhale, rotate towards the front of the mat again. Step a little bit closer with your back foot and come into Trikonasana on this side. With your next inhale, release your right hand onto your right hip, bend your left knee, maybe take the block underneath your hand and lift your back foot up. Flex your back foot, come into a half moon here. You can look down or to the side. And then with your next inhale, lower all the way over your thigh. Reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Point your foot, standing split here. With your next exhale, lower your back foot all the way towards the back of the mat. Place both hands onto the mat underneath you. Lower your
back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms up, and Janasana. Low lunge, shoulders away from your ears. Keep a strong core here. And then with your exhale, lower your hands onto the mat, straighten your front leg, and come into a forward fold Adho Hanumanasana. Keep your front foot flexed. Inhale, come back to front. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under. Step back into high plank. This time without chaturanga. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, and come into Balasana, child's pose. Take a few balancing breaths here. And then, if you want, we will move into one more Sirsasana A. So the first supported headstand variation. For that, we come again onto our forearms like we did before in the tabletop position. Interlace our hands this time. And then place the crown of our head into the center of our hands. So on the mat, between our hands, between our wrists. The back of the head is in our interlaced hands. And then tuck your toes under. Start to lift your hips up and walk towards your elbows. When you feel comfortable, you can tuck your feet in and press yourself up all the way into headstand. Keep your legs rotated outward. Your feet are pointed. And if you want to practice lotus seat here, feel free to do so. One more deep breath. And then release your legs back up and slowly lower back down. Bend your knees and come into child's pose to slow down your breath again. If you want, you can also bend your elbows here, bring your hands into prayer pose behind your back to release your shoulders, the tension within your shoulders. And then we will move into our yin part. So we will hold the postures for a little bit longer, about 3 to 5 minutes now. So lift yourself up into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under and step back into Phalakasana, high plank. Step to the front of the mat. Your feet are 45-degree angle. Open up your hips here. And then take your hands into your heart center. Malasana Yogi Squat. If you want, you can also take a block underneath your pelvic floor here. And then just hold and breathe. We used a lot of strength within our feet and ankles in standing split, half moon, and all the balancing postures. So this asana stretches our ankles and calves. It also stretches the chest and lower back area. So try to really lift through the crown of your head to stretch the whole upper body, making your spine really long. Maybe you feel the grounding through your feet. Feel the energy moving from your pelvic floor all the way into your heart center, lifting your heart a little higher. You might even visualize a bright red light in your pelvis, spreading across your hips, moving along your spine slowly upward, turning orange at your sacrum, moving even further up and turning yellow at your solar plexus, the space right above your navel. Moving even further up and turning green in your heart center, filling up the space between your lungs and your chest. And now imagine with your inhale, the light moves back down to your pelvis. And with your exhale, it moves slowly back up, vertebra by vertebra. With every breath, the light spreads more and more into your whole body, filling up all the space within with these bright red, yellow, orange, and green colors. And with your next exhale, release the light, and it spreads all around you into the space in front of you. And if you had a block underneath your pelvic floor, release it to the side and sit back down onto your buttocks. Bring your feet in front of you and lower down onto the mat. We will move now into halasana, flow pose. Or if you want to challenge yourself, you may flow with me into inverted lotus pose, which is Urdhva Padmasana. First, bring your feet above your head and release them all the way onto the floor behind you. If you cannot reach the floor, use a block underneath your feet so you can completely relax into this pose. Keep your neck long by slightly pressing into the mat with the back of your head. Take your hands to your lower back to have some support to sink in with your legs and back completely. You can stay here, stretching the neck and the back side of your body, or option to come into Urdhva Padmasana. Lift your legs up and cross your legs into Padmasana, lotus legs, bending one knee at a time and placing the foot onto the opposite hip groin. Lift your back straight and come all the way onto your shoulders. Take your hands onto your knees and straighten your arms. Hold the balance with your breath. Slowly breathing in and out of your nose. And imagine the lights filling up your upper body again. This time moving all the way into your neck and throat area. Changing from green to greenish blue. And again, moving with your breath up and down the spine. filling up your whole body with all the different colors. If you're in Urdhva Padmasana, exchange your legs. So the upper leg is now below and the other way around. Maybe you need to take your elbows on the mat first and your hands on your lower back. And then take your hands back up on your knees as soon as you have switched the sides here. And again, imagine the light within your throat getting brighter with every inhale and exhale. Bluish green light within your throat, taking up all the space, all the way to your shoulders and all the way to the back of your head. Take one more deep inhale and exhale wherever you are. And with your next exhalation, slowly roll yourself onto your back and all the way into a seated posture. If you aren't in lotus pose already, cross your legs either fully or in half lotus legs. Hold and breathe steadily in and out of your nose. Lifting through the crown of your head and getting really long. Visualize the green blue light in your throat coming back to life. Slowly moving up your spine into the back of your head, and at the height of your eyes, the color turns from greenish blue into a dark blue, spreading all the way into your forehead and getting very bright in between your eyebrows, right where the third eye is located. With your next inhale, exchange the legs. So the leg that was on top comes now underneath. And then bring your awareness back to the dark blue light. And with your breath, it slowly moves even further up your head until it reaches the crown of your head, slowly turning into a purple color, resting right above your head, lifting you up a little further, stretching your spine, long back, long neck, giving you the feeling as if you're floating above the mat. And then slowly release back down. Release your legs. And if you had your eyes closed, start to peel them open and take your strap. We will come into Navasana boat pose. You'll bind your strap into a loop and place one end of the loop around your upper body, right underneath your armpits, and the other end around your flexed feet. You can either bend your knees and take your shins parallel to the mat, or extend your legs into full boat pose. Wherever you are, take your hands into your heart center and feel the love spreading through your fingers into your heart. Maybe you want to take your hands onto your heart, one hand on top of each other, and feel the warmth underneath the palms of your hands. Keep your neck long by slightly tucking your chin inward. And take some deep, deep breaths here. Maybe you feel the breath in your chest underneath your hands. Maybe you feel the breath all the way in your tummy. Maybe you want to close your eyes and hold the balance. Take one more deep inhale and exhale here. Slowly start to release the strap from around you. And then grab the bolster or cushioning that you have, maybe it's a pillow, and place it on the mat behind you. So the short side is facing you. We will move into supported twist pose, Salamba Bharadvaya. So for this, sit with the right side of your body towards the bolster, the right hip touching. Bend your knees into 45 to 90-degree angle with some space between your front foot and your back knee. Fold over your bolster with your left cheek on the cushion if your neck allows. And then feel the stretch in the side of your hip and your intercostals, the space between your ribs. And relax the space between your shoulder blades, maybe by taking your arms towards the front or around the bolster. Breathe fully into the side of your body and relax more and more with each breath. Slowly come out of the posture by using your hands to gently push yourself up. Take a breath in a neutral position, knees facing the ceiling, back straight, before moving into the other side. Now sit with the left side of your body towards the bolster, left hip touching. Bend knees into 45 to 90-degree angle with some space between front foot and back knee. Fold over your bolster with your right cheek on the cushion if your neck allows. And feel the stretch in the side of your hip and your intercostals on this side. Relax the space between your shoulder blades, maybe by taking your arms again towards the front or around the bolster. Breathe fully into the side of your body and relax. With your next inhale, come up into a seated posture. Straighten your legs wide. And if this is too much, you can also bend your knees into a diamond shape in front of you. Take your bolster, place it in front of you on the mat, and maybe top it up with some blocks from underneath. Release your upper body onto the bolster into dragonfly pose. Or if you chose the diamond shape pose, then fold here. Make sure you can comfortably lie here for a few minutes, lifting your pelvis backward, bending through your hips and keeping your feet up slightly active. If you need some bolsters or blocks to keep your feet up, feel free to use that. And then breathe here and surrender completely into the cushioning underneath. Whenever you surrender completely and the stretch starts to diminish, you can try to remove one top up to sink even deeper if your body allows. Feel the stretch in your spine, your inner thighs, and your hamstrings. Inhale yourself back into an upright position, bend your knees with the help of your hands and bring your legs back together. Now come to lie onto your back, slowly rolling down vertebra by vertebra until the back of the head meets the mat underneath. Place your feet on the mat close to your buttocks, slightly wider than hip distance so that your fingers can easily touch your heels. Keep your blocks close and then lift your hips up like going into a bridge pose. Place 1 or 2 blocks underneath your pelvic floor. Reach your arms above your head towards the back of your mat and gently press the back of your head into the mat to create space between your chest and chin for a healthy elongated neck here. Let your heart shine towards the sky fully and maybe feel your breath flowing in and out of your heart center. You can stay here in the supported bridge pose, or if you want, straighten your legs towards the front, coming into a deep hip flexor stretch. Feel it in the whole front side of your body. And if you want, grab the opposing elbows, or go even further by placing your hands underneath your shoulder blades, palms facing up, elbows pointing towards the back of the mat. Inhale your legs back into bend if you had them released. Release your arms back to your sides. Lift your hips up and start by removing one block first if you had two. If you had one on the higher side, turn it one step lower. And if you had the lowest step already, remove the block completely and come to lie on your back. Take a few deep breaths wherever you are. Now remove the remaining block if any, and again stay here, take a breath and start to walk your feet mat width apart. Let your knees fall inward, breathing fully into your belly, creating space in the back of your body. Now prepare to fully surrender yourself into the mat, into our last posture, Sirsasana, corpse pose. For that, take your bolster underneath your knees and grab a blanket to cover yourself up. And then release your body into the mat. Use your breath to guide you. Maybe inhaling through the nose and exhaling side out. 2 more, inhale through the nose and exhale mouth. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Feel your body getting heavier with each breath, sinking more and more into the mat underneath until the space between your body and the floor distinguishes fully. You become one with the earth. Feel yourself grounded in the earth and watch your worries wash away. You are here now. You are alive and you are cared for. You are protected. Focus on the end of your spine, your root chakra, the bright red chakra, and watch as the red light within grows larger, expanding across your lower back. The red light is warm and soothing. Now feel the red light like a supportive hand on your lower back, and let the red light spread across your lower back and heal. Ground down into your root and rise up slowly from the base of your spine. Travel upwards with that healing red light and begin to visualize a large orange right below your navel. Sweet or sour, imagine the delicious juice inside the orange. Imagine the taste filling your mouth. Let the orange grow and the details grow blurry. You cannot see the orange clearly any longer. Instead, you watch as the bright color slowly dissipates into an ocean, turning the light waves orange and bright like the sun. Watch as this ocean gently spreads out through your body. Watch as the gust of water rushes up your spine and begins to fill every inch of skin. Feel the sweet taste of the water once more flood your mouth. The water flows warm. The waves have your back. You are free, like the ocean within you. And as the light travels up your spine, visualize your inner sun burst into flames. What you see is your passion, your inner fire. As the fire grows, so does your power. Like an eagle, you begin to soar in the sky, high above this earth, that only a moment ago grounded you and held you captive. Visualize yourself breaking free. See yourself tearing your body and spreading your wings. Feel yourself floating through air, wind around your body, a feeling of lightness. Feel this lightness travel through your body, and when it reaches your heart, a green, bright light appears in your heart center, forming an imaginative green heart. Feel the warmth within your heart, the lightness, and with each breath, feel it spreading through your whole body and out of your body to the world around you, your friends, family, and loved ones. Now move up your body and you see a blue spinning ball at throat level. As the ball spins, you see it glowing and expanding. The ball grows and spins faster and faster. It draws energy. All the energy that you were holding in your muscles has gone into this blue ball, into this bright blue ball. And the more the ball grows, and the more relaxation you feel in your throat, the more you can breathe in. And when the ball grows too big for you to hold on to, let go. Feel all the energy inside that ball expand and flow through your body. Feel the free energy and all the air flow through your limbs and all the way into your forehead. Now feel your forehead grow cool and weightless. Slowly begin to visualize a small, dark blue ball at the center of your forehead. As your two normal eyes are closed and sightless, your third eye begins to expand and grow, accumulating more and more energy as it goes. And as the dark blue ball begins to push against the edges of your forehead, feel it push. And then feel it burst open, seeing clearly, fully, without judgment, without prejudice, and without any negative thought. Now slowly begin to picture a beautiful flower bud on the top of your head. Breathe slowly, and with each breath, begin to see this flower a little clearer, slowly opening up, growing into a full lotus flower. Breathe. See the petals expanding and the lotus flower begin to shine. As you breathe, a dim violet light begins to shine through the lotus. See that with each breath, the violet light becomes a little brighter, until the whole room becomes bathed in violet light and the crown of your head can barely contain it. Now let go and see the bright violet light flow through your body, and the lotus flower sit majestically atop your head. You are healed. Slowly start to bring your awareness towards your breath and how the breath moves your body. Support your breath by bringing some movement into your fingers and toes, maybe your feet and hands. Maybe reach your arms above your head and make yourself long. And wherever you are, take your knees towards your chest. Make yourself small and roll onto one side. Take a few moments on this side to find your way back into your physical body, into your healed physical body, into your surroundings, into the room that you're in. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently start to pull yourself up with the hand that is on top and come into a comfortable seated position. Maybe roll your shoulders back and take your hands to your heart center. Thank your body, your mind, and allow yourself to be grateful. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in this beautiful vinyasa to yin class today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please let me know in the comments by liking this video or subscribing to my channel. See you next time.